On January 30th, I watched Long Shot, which came out in 2019. This was sort of a modern-day comedic gender twist on the 1995 film The American President. Long Shot came out just recently, and is based in an alternate reality heavily based on our real world, with Charlize Theron playing Charlotte Field, the Secretary of State planning her 2020 presidential bid. She's clearly written as a stand-in for Hillary Clinton, if Hillary Clinton actually had a likable personality, and was in no way controversial, because that just wouldn't make for a good comedy. Seth Rogen plays Fred Flarsky, an edgy journalist who Charlotte babysat for when they were kids, because for some reason a 13-year-old boy needs a 16-year-old babysitter, right? The relationship between the two builds pretty predictably, like so many other rom-coms, and with movies like this it usually comes down to the chemistry between the two actors to make it work. Here, Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron seem to have chemistry more akin to genuinely good friends than lovers, because there just wasn't much in the way of sexual tension between them. The love they have for each other was believable, and there was lots of good dialogue and time spent developing their relationship. But their sex scenes probably did more harm than good in actually developing their relationship, because they never seemed like they had physical attraction for one another. Some films like this tend to rush the development of a relationship between its two main characters, and this one never falls into that trap, so it does deserve some credit in its script for justifying their relationship. And I'd probably be more inclined to blame bad casting as opposed to actually bad acting. Still, it definitely isn't an overly complex story. And the most interesting twist comes in the way of O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character Lance, Fred's best friend, when it's revealed that he's a Republican. I don't feel too bad giving away this twist though, because it's all about the ensuing conversation between Lance and Fred, and if you were going to avoid this one because it's just another boring old rom-com, I would point to this one scene as a reason to give it a chance. This scene though really is the only thing separating it from all those others, so if you hate the formula, you're probably still not going to like this one. As expected, there was a lot of political satire, but it just wasn't as funny as I would have hoped, and it consistently landed on the wrong side of preachy for me, to the point that I actually enjoyed the romantic elements more than the comedic, which is very unusual for me. Even if the romance does follow a similar form to so many other movies, it doesn't feel as forced and fake as the jokes do. Awkward boners and over-the-top drug use, some mediocre jabs and insults are about all there is for humor here. So maybe it would have been better if it had been more like The American President and just stuck to the drama. The time spent on jokes that don't produce many laughs just made the 2-hour runtime feel that much longer, but weirdly, the predictability of the plot can also make it that much easier to sit through, like a pleasantly boring car ride. It doesn't do anything overtly wrong. The acting and script are decent throughout, but it doesn't do anything to add to the genre as a whole either, other than that one small conversation which surely isn't enough to leave a lasting impact. It's ultimately just a very forgettable movie, but if you're a big fan of Seth or Charlize on their own, it might still warrant a look, but don't expect to be blown away. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 10, and its current list position for me is 1041, so thanks for watching.